I can't even describe how I feel, but I'm gonna let y'all get in on this, okay? Y'all wanna get in on this? All right, peep this. I got a hot skillet. I got me some butter. I got a slurry. You'll find out why. I got some Roma tomato, some white onion, some Colby Jack, some American yellow cheese and American white cheese. Got a little parsley, some chili, some green chilies. We got the crab meat on deck, jalapeno peppers, multicolored pepper, some butter, and a little cilantro. Yeah, I know I got olive oil. So, got a little broth over here and a little milk. So y'all wanna know what the star of this recipe is? Gotta wait for it. I'll tell you in a minute. So today we are making some queso crab dip. Y'all get it? Queso, like Chef K? I'm silly, y'all gonna see that a lot on this channel. But listen, we're gonna start off with some butter. And don't talk about me for crossing my pan. I crossed my pan. All right, pan nice, got a sizzle to it. Let's go ahead on and get this popping, y'all. All right, so actually, that's sizzling. So I'm gonna turn that flame down a little bit, because y'all know burnt butter don't taste good. It does not. But y'all know these can be a little temperamental, so if you're using these and you're starting out, just be patient. God can give you something else. I just don't have access to what else I have. But listen, enough about all that. Y'all, I'm so excited about this recipe because I have a special guest here today. And you'll see this person a little bit later. Not too much later. Okay, so I got that. I turned that down a little bit. And I'm gonna go ahead on and put a little bit of olive oil up in there. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go on and toss in this onion. Like so. There it is. I'm gonna also toss in these peppers right here. Ooh, it smells good already. I ain't even did nothing yet, y'all. It smells so good. And what I always tell y'all, make sure you get everything, every little morsel. You paid for it and you took the time to cut it up. All right, smelling good. Y'all, can y'all see that in my pan? All right, so I'm gonna let these roast down just a little bit. Just a little bit, y'all. It smells so good, y'all. It smells so good. All right, and I'm just gonna keep it going and I'm gonna tell y'all what we're gonna do with this. All right, so also to this, I'm gonna add a little bit of these tomatoes. Not a lot, about half of them, okay? And this was just 2 Roma tomatoes without the center. When you're making this particular recipe, you don't want seeds from the tomatoes inside of your queso. All right, can make it a little runny. So it already cooled down temperature a little bit, so I'm gonna kick that back up a little bit. I'm just gonna let these roast up, all right? Let them roast up and stew down a little bit. All right, so I'm gonna add a little bit of seasoning. Now, the star of this show is Chef K's taco seasoning. Y'all see that? I had to pause for the cause for a moment. Now y'all know I mentioned that this is a crab queso. But who said I can't put this seasoning on crab? I didn't say that. I can put it on burgers, I can put it on anything. And so can you. It's another video. Go watch a previous video to see how to make this. So what we're gonna do now, we got this roasting. So I turn my flame back up and I'm getting a nice little aroma. It's like, it's so aromatic right now, y'all. It's so aromatic. But do y'all see that beautiful color? I just want y'all to see that beautiful color. It's beautiful in color. Now, again, I always specify to you all, make sure your vegetables and stuff, you know, if you cut them up fresh and cook them right then, or if you did a pre-chop a little bit earlier, I wouldn't do days before, but make sure they come up to like room temperature, because you know if you put something that's too cold in your pan, it's gonna cook quickly or unevenly, or it's gonna cook faster than you want to. And with this combination of the tomatoes being added, you know, we have the olive oil and the butter, but the tomato does release some juices. So we want this to not release so much water, and that's another reason why you take a spoon and scoop out the center of those tomatoes, okay? So I'm just gonna let this flame kick up a little bit. and let this get roasted a little bit. I'm gonna roast them up where they get a little roast on them, and I'll be right back. All right, I told you I was gonna roast these up. Now look at that. Ooh, look at that beautiful color. It's caramelized, roasted up real nice. The excess water done cooked down and cooked out. You know, it's not sticking to the pan. This is a Swiss diamond pan, by the way, one of my husband's favorite. He might get me if he knew I was using his pan. But we won, so it's my pan too. But no, it's not really, but I'm gonna use it today. All right, y'all, so the next thing I'm finna do is, guess what? This is some heat when you cook it, man. You gotta take the seeds out of this. So just like you take that tomato and you cut it in half and you use a spoon and scoop it out, y'all are going to get the center of this out because the seeds is what brings the heat in this jalapeno. This is just one jalapeno pepper cut up. I want it to be like a mild heat, but you're gonna feel some heat on the back end because I got another layer of heat that I'm gonna add to this. So I'll add these in. I wanted those cooked down, the peppers and stuff, but I still want the jalapenos to you know, combine with them well, but I don't want the jalapenos to be as soft yet because when the cheese and stuff is added, they'll soften in that cheese. Okay, now I'm gonna tell y'all a tip real quick. It's two things you can do. One thing you can do is, once this is all put together, I'm not putting it in the oven today because I'm hungry and I want to eat it, but you can take this and you can put this in the oven. Okay, you can put it in a cast iron skillet and you only want to roast it in the oven for about 2 to 3 minutes just to get that brown and with the cheese start bubbling on top like macaroni and cheese. Yeah, you can do that, but right now we're gonna eat it right out of this pan, right on this board. So let's keep it going. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna squeeze on over here and look at this here. Ooh, I'm gonna put that crab meat in there, y'all. This is some lump crab meat. Yes. Also too, I love to use claw meat. Claw meat is a little sweet, so I like to use that sometimes. But yeah, I'm gonna put that in there and go ahead on with it. Just like that. Yeah, you can take your Alaskan king crab and you can take just one claw. One of them Alaskan king crab legs to do it. So that's about I just put in about 8 ounces of crab meat. Because remember, the cheese is a cheese dip. It's a queso crab dip, but you know, even though it's crab, you want to get little bits of meat throughout, but mainly, everybody know, it's queso, so it's mainly cheese. All right. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna begin to layer my cheese, y'all. Ooh, I'm gonna go ahead and put the cheese in there. Oh yes, this is some Colby Jack right here, and I got about half a pound of Colby Jack. No, this is about 1 pound. 1 pound of Colby Jack. And it's gonna melt nicely, y'all. I'm gonna start to let it melt before I add my milk. And I do have a little bit of chicken broth. I know it sounds crazy. You can use vegetable stock or, you know, beef stock, whatever you want. Do what you want to do. You can use the seafood stock if you want to. But I got just a little bit of chicken broth that I'm gonna put in there. All right. So this right here is some American white cheese. If you're making a Blanco, like a white queso, it's nothing like the white American cheese. I know a lot of y'all want to go for the white Vermont cheddar and stuff. You do what you do, but I'm telling you, the best queso dip is made with white American cheese. So I'm gonna add 2 layers of American cheese. I'm gonna add that white in there, but I'm also gonna add some yellow, okay? And I just take this and break it on up. Sometimes go to the deli. I got this from the deli. So don't buy this, I ain't gonna say the company name, but y'all know the singles. Y'all buy those all the time for your kids, little sandwiches and stuff for school. But again, I'm in my kitchen in the comfort of my own home, like I want you to be when you make yours. So, you know, you can use your hands in your kitchen. If you wanna use gloves, you know, you can. But I'm in the comfort of my own kitchen. I do clean my nails, and the people who I eat, they know I'm clean. So, but if you're preparing this for somebody else, please use every safety precaution, every safety measure that you learned, okay? Y'all know y'all got them health food certifications, so make sure you do that. And I'm just layering this cheese. I'm just layering it so it can melt down. And this is where you want this to melt down. And once I get all the cheese incorporated, that's when I'm gonna add a little bit of my stock, and I'm gonna add some milk in here because I don't want this to stick, okay? So I halfway through it, I'm gonna add a little bit of milk now. Okay, just a little bit. All right. And I'm gonna go ahead on and break this up, because remember, this is a cheese. It's a cheese, you know? So you gotta have that cheese up in there. And you can even look right here, y'all, and start to see it's bubbling with that milk and starting to form, okay? So this is a lot of cheese. I know y'all saying, that's a lot of cheese, Chef K, it's a lot of cheese. I want it real cheesy. And if you need to add more milk once it melts down, add more milk, okay? If you want it thinner, add more milk. If you want it thicker, that's where the slurry comes in. I don't always use a slurry, and I'm gonna add a little bit of this broth too. Oops. I don't always use the slurry. It all depends, you know? And the reason why I say don't use those cheeses that you see like already prepackaged in the plastic pills is because deli cheese is better. If you want it more restaurant style, restaurant quality, and I'm just folding this over so we can move that cheese around, use deli cheese. They cut it straight for you. You know, it's you know, the processed cheese it has a lot more sodium in it. The deli cheese, I'm not saying it's the greatest, but deli cheese is processed a lot differently than those slices. Those slices feel waxy and yeah. And don't buy the shredded cheese. If you're doing something real quick, I know y'all used to doing Rotel dip and y'all get the Velveeta and y'all get all this stuff, but you can really make all this stuff yourself. And it's more cost effective because you can go to the deli and tell them how much you want. You don't want to go make a whole big old thing of Rotel dip and stuff and then it's just you. You know, you want to be able to take this and you can make smaller portions. You know, I measure and see with judgment. You make a big thing. I guarantee if you make this and put it somewhere, it's not gonna last. Okay, I promise you, it's not gonna last. Green onions and cilantro and the rest of these tomatoes are for garnishment later. We're gonna let this melt down a little bit more. And I want y'all to see that. Look at that. I want y'all to see. I want y'all to see that cheese. Look at that. The cheese is foaming, y'all. The cheese is cheesing. Somebody say the cheese is cheesing. And I like to add my seasoning in at the end. And I'll tell you the reason why. Well, first of all cheeses are cured and they all have salt in it. And when you add, you can taste this, it'll taste good, just like this. But the seasoning is the star, because that's what gives it that authentic queso feel to it. It's just seasoned to perfection. So the last thing we're gonna do once this get melted down, I'm gonna go ahead and add the rest of my milk. The last thing we're gonna do, so just to help that cheese melt, and I turned up my flame. So I'm actually gonna, don't leave this unattended. I'm gonna tell you that now. That's what I'm gonna tell you. Don't leave it unattended. As you can see right here, don't leave it unattended, because cheese does what when it sits and no one stares? It burns. So don't leave it unattended. Okay, that broth just gave it an extra kick. And again, I made the slurry if I wanted this to be thicker. Okay, that's just, the slurry is just to make it thicker. But this got a nice thickness all on its own. Look at that. That's hearty. Look at that. Look at that. That's gonna be a hearty dip. You're gonna almost get like a piece of crab with every little piece you get on that chip. I think these folk ain't gonna leave my house. They're not gonna leave my house, y'all. And listen, it's gonna be a difference here in a minute, because this is just melting, bubbling and melting. So this is really good, like I said, if you put it in the oven for about 2-3 minutes and let it broil. But straight out the pan, it's good too. But in a minute, I might not hear anything because they know who's gonna set, but I'm gonna know that people gonna be like, in their mind, they're gonna be like, that smell good, okay? Because I can see some people eyeballing right now. Even some people that's making it possible for you to see me. They eyeballing, but look at that, y'all. Look at that. Look at that. Y'all see it? Just let it melt. Let it do what it do. Just let it do what it do and melt. So I'm gonna let this melt down. We're gonna come back and we're gonna add those chilies. I always add the chilies at the end, because y'all know chilies got a little heat to them, and if you cook it through, we want to get a little flavor. Remember, we got the jalapeno in there. So remember, stir, okay? I ain't saying you gotta go like, but just, fold and let it sit for a second, but don't leave the room, okay? So I'll see y'all in just a bit. All right, y'all, look at that. All right, so I am gonna add a little bit of slurry in here just to help thicken a little bit. Just a little bit of slurry. A little bit, just a little bit. And I'm gonna go ahead and add in my green chilies. All right. Yes. Still letting this thicken up some, y'all. I'm gonna let this thicken a little bit more. And now that I've added the slurry. And then guess what, y'all? I'm gonna put this in that bowl, on that plate with some chips. And I'll be back so we can take, oh, wait a minute. How could I forget the star of the show? Y'all look. And I did it just like that. Just like that. Remember that smell I told y'all? Wait for it. Wait for it. Oh, wait for it. Hold on. Wait for it. Uh-oh. Wait for it. Oh my goodness. Did y'all smell? Oh, I wish y'all could smell. Okay. Y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and let this finish thickening and put this in a bowl and I'll be back in a second. I told y'all I was gonna bowl it up, get the chips ready to go. Today I didn't make any homemade chips, the lime chips, or any tortilla chips. I got them good old restaurant size ones by, well, it doesn't matter. But anywho, y'all, it's time to taste. This right here is a comfortable place. This is comfortable for me. And I hope that if you make this recipe, it becomes a comfort place for you. Remember, this is a safe space. This is Chef K about to take a dip of queso crab dip. And then I'm gonna be out. Remember, share this video, thumbs up, like, subscribe. And I'm gonna take a bite of this, get my reaction, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Let me see. Thank you, Lord. Some of y'all want some, don't you? I see y'all looking at me. Beat y'all tail. I got some other people that want some, but okay. Well, yeah, I gotta give some to somebody. Cause I can't be stuck. I can't get in the y'all. But, and if y'all see dishes in the background, y'all see the rest of the case on the stove, I live here. Okay, I can't do everything and come back. So, my hands is clean. Let me see if I can get that. Want a little piece of tomato on it? She wants some of everything on. Okay, let's see. Let me get that for you. Let me put that right there like that. You want some more in there? Okay. I'm gonna double do this for you. Here you go. There you go. It's hot. You don't get that much, good. Here you go, though. You don't get that much, though. You got a little something, though. But I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace and blessings.